Hi, how are you? My guess is you're feeling more stressed than usual. It's normal. We don't live in a vacuum. What happens in our environment, in the world, in society affects our nervous system. And I was updating the PowerPoint presentation for my gentle yoga teacher training with new statistics. And, you know, basically what it's showing is that stress related illnesses are on the rise. They are the number one killers in Canada. 1 in 8 people is struggling with a mental health condition worldwide, whereas only 2% of health budgets in most places goes towards mental health. We're looking at chronic diseases that are made worse by chronic stress, including diabetes, heart disease, respiratory issues, and cancer. And I see it from the anecdotes of my students, people with diabetes, autoimmune diseases, that tell me that their symptoms get much worse with stress. I have a personal example of the relationship between stress and illness. I've been very open about my sister dying over 2 years ago now of her eating disorder, a lifelong battle that she had with an eating disorder. And I had given myself a year to grieve. So I was planning to come back to work in the fall of 2022. So I had started to pack my schedule again with my trainings and such. And coinciding with the 1 year anniversary of my sister's passing, I got sick. And I stayed sick for 7 weeks. I had bronchitis, which I've never had before. I had COVID for the first time. I had food poisoning that landed me in hospital. I broke out in hives. I had literally, I was just so sick that I had to cancel everything, postpone everything. And it was, in Gabor Mate's words, my body saying no, my body saying, you're not ready yet. You're still under too much stress from this complex traumatic grief. So maybe with what's going on in the Middle East right now, your immune system might be low. You might find that you are dealing with mental and physical issues that you didn't before. And I want to invite you to my gentle yoga teacher training as a place to feel less alone. First of all, we know now that isolation, there's research on it, and loneliness, along with stress, those two things together lead to all kinds of mental and physical issues. So come be in a group, come be in person on Saturday and Sunday with a group of like-hearted people. We will relearn, retrain our nervous system to go into the green. What do I mean by that? Sympathetic nervous system response, fight, flight, freeze. When we're met with a real threat, that's where our stress system is really positive, where we want it to work well, because we want to be able to run, fight, freeze, do what we need to do to get away from that danger and survive. So if you're faced with that bear, then you may go into red alert, but once the danger is gone, you go back into the green. What we're dealing with now is chronic stress, biopsychosocial stress that keeps us in a yellow-orange zone. So we might not be in this acute stress of being faced with a bear, but the stress never really goes away. Like the news never goes away. If you're in the city, light and noise pollution, constant notifications on your phone, social media, all of these things, just work, relationships, contribute to us staying in a zone where sometimes we actually forget what it's like to go back into green, into the parasympathetic. We never really switch over into rest and digest. And you can imagine rest and digest is when you digest, when your body secretes the right levels of hormones. But when we're in parasympathetic, then blood goes away from the digestive and reproductive system, and all the things that help us in an acute situation and an acute stress situation actually begin to wear on our immune system, hormonal system, when it's over a prolonged period of time. So this weekend, of course, I'll be giving you my beautiful new updated PowerPoint presentation on the relationship between stress and illness with new videos. We'll be talking about voice and language, not only how our voice and our language can help regulate other people's nervous system. Isn't that cool? But it actually helps regulate our own nervous system. And what we say to ourselves and what we say to others can also have an effect on our nervous systems. And then we'll be going into a 40-minute, gorgeous, deep, guided relaxation through the different layers and levels of the yoga bodies. So physical body, energetic body, the body of the mind, to really connect deep in with a peace that is indestructible, untouchable. So when everything, we can't control everything in our environment. So isn't it nice to know that the tools of yoga have existed for thousands of years and have never been more valuable, that connect you back to that center of peace so that you can respond to the world instead of reacting to it, so that you have a place to rest, a true wellspring of abundant well-being to connect to, so that you can go back into the world nourished and stronger in your body and your mind. So come with me this weekend to learn the guided relaxation, all the, a lot of the philosophy behind health from the yogic perspective. And also, of course, I'll be giving you some beautiful sequences, teaching posture variations for all different types of bodies, lots of breath techniques, mindfulness techniques. You'll be learning chair yoga with Barry Risman. It's going to be a very, very nourishing weekend. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm updating all the information, like all my PowerPoints and handouts. So even if you've done this training before and you want to do it again with the new information and just to be in community, I warmly invite you to come message me either on social media or email me, and I will give you a really nice discount if you're doing it a second time around. And of course, if you are Black, Indigenous, or a person of color, you automatically get a partial scholarship on the price. So join me this weekend, and I am sending you so much love and so much peace, and wishing you a great evening or a great day whenever you're watching this.